How's it going, everyone? My name is my name is, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 20th anniversary for the slasher film Valentine. The film came out on February 2nd, 2001. It was directed by Jamie Blanks. Jamie is an Australian film director who had worked on past films such as Urban Legend, Storm Warning, and Law Weekend. The film is loosely based off the Tom Savage's novel with the same name, but with a different plot. The film had a budget of $10 million and made back $36 million and received largely negative reviews from critics and even from the audience who watched it. I remember watching it as a kid when I rented the film, and I didn't think it was actually that bad of a film. It definitely kept my interest, and I did like some of the stuff that he had in the film, but it wasn't scary. I mean, nothing about it felt like it was going to be a good scary film. A lot of the stuff they tried to make scary felt kind of cheap, and the mask the killer was wearing was very laughable. However, I decided to watch the film again years later, and I wanted to give it a second chance, believing that there is something in this film that could actually be good and enjoyable. And I did find some stuff about it enjoyable. Unfortunately, the majority of it was bad. So let's take a look at the plot and see where everything went wrong. So the plot of the story focuses on a group of women who are being terrorized by a serial killer wearing a Cupid mask. They believe the killer is a man that they knew when he was young and in school, and that he was someone that they treated horribly, with the exception of two who actually were nice to him. Except one of the two actually framed him for a crime he didn't commit. He was expelled, so the girls have to figure out when the killer will strike and survive before he ends up trying to kill them. So, let's talk about some of the positives of the story, which honestly is only one positive I can think of, and that's the opening of the film, where we see how each of the girls treated him horribly, why you understand why the killer wants to kill them. And at the same time, I didn't like it because you already kind of spoil who the killer's going to be. Now, yes, you do feel bad for the boy, you understand why he wants revenge, but honestly, you kind of didn't need to do that because you already told us who the killer's going to be. And it doesn't help that the actor who is supposed to be the killer, you already know right away who it is. I know they're trying to psych us out, oh, maybe it's this person's the killer, or maybe that person's the killer. Ooh, no, we already know right away. You're not fooling us. And I also didn't like the cliche twist at the end. It didn't really work well. It also didn't help that throughout the whole story, none of the characters are likable. You really don't care what happens to them. They're all, very bad people. Well, with the exception of one, but still, a lot of them are pretty bad people, and you don't really care what happens to them or if they make it out at the very end. Again, I did like the story a little at the opening of the story, and I did like the first kill, which I thought was actually a good way to set the film. Unfortunately, the rest of it is just cliche and boring. And it doesn't help that the actors, who they actually did have some decent actors in this film. Denise Richards, David Boreanaz, Marley Shelton, you got some decent actors here in this film. Unfortunately, again, you don't care about any of them. None of them are likable. In fact, one of them acts like a total bitch, and makes me wonder, how is it the rest of the girls of this group didn't kick this one out because of how she acts and how she, talks to them? I really don't get it. Also, as I stated before, you already know who the killer is right away. It's not, they're trying to hide it, but no, we know who it is. And you already know who's just there to be killed off and who's there just to show up, and that's it. The actors aren't terrible. Unfortunately, the script they were given and how their characters look and the decisions they made, which made them look incredibly stupid, you really don't care about them at all. Alright, well, what about the setting? What about everything else about this film? Was there anything else about it good? Well, the way it was shot was actually good. I did like how, they shot the film, the settings, everything else. I thought they actually did look good. How the deaths look was actually good too. I like how creative they try to be with each of the kills, and I thought, yeah, that's actually not bad. However, it's not a horror film. It's not scary. It's more predictable. It's not mysterious on who when they're trying to see who the killer is. You already know who it is right off the bat. And despite their best efforts, the Cupid mask killer, I'm sorry. I found it very goofy. I will say this: the mask did look a little better than the one from Happy Death Day, but yeah, this one, not really that intimidating. I mean, yeah, he's tall and he's got some weapons to try killing you, but come on, the mask looks so goofy. It just didn't look good. And the plot twist at the end, again, we already saw it coming. So yeah, this is not exactly a great film. It's a shame too, because I did see some potential in this, but unfortunately, this film is bad from its story, bad with its characters, and bad with almost everything else. But I will say this: there was some potential with the story. I did like the opening and also how the first kill happens, and I did like how the kills looked and how it was shot. I will give him credit for that, but the rest of this film just not good, and it's not a film I recommend watching. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you have a different opinion about this film or what you think of any other horror film based around Valentine's Day, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, check my Facebook page, check my Twitter page. I got T3 Media's channel. Subscribe to their channel, give the videos. See you next time. Give you more love and more entertainment. Until then, take care, be safe, love y'all, and goodbye.